Heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. As he began the settlement, I'm reading from 23rd verse. As he began the settlement, a man who owed him 10,000 talents was brought to him. Since he was not able to pay, the master ordered that he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold to repay the debt. The servant fell on his knees before him. "Be patient with me," he begged, "and I will pay back everything." The servant's master took pity on him, cancelled debt, and let him go. But when the servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 denarii. He grabbed him, began to choke him. I remember that. "Pay back what you owe me," he demanded. His fellow servant fell on his knees and begged him, "Be patient with me and I will pay you back." But he refused. Instead, he went off and had the man thrown into prison until he could pay the debt. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were greatly distressed and went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master called the servant in. "You wicked servant," he said, "I cancelled all the debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you?" In anger, his master turned him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should pay back all he owed. "This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother from your heart." See, I began to become aware of my own lifestyle. My lifestyle was of anger and reaction rather than of mercy. My own shortcomings, my own injustices, my own life devoid of mercy. You know what I was ending up? I was ending up to be the first guy to pick up the stone. And I knew I didn't have the qualification to chuck it. Because I was not living a life of mercy. So I couldn't expect somebody else to be merciful to somebody else. It was not up to me to change anything. Now, just allow me to read a small portion to you. Just please bear with me. Only God, who is love, is truly just. That's Matthew 19:17. Furthermore, only love fulfills the law. Romans 13:10. Because only true love is impartial, true justice, therefore, is love. To be just is to be fair, impartial and righteous. Justice, therefore, is fair to all, including one's own opponent. Furthermore, it is not affected by time, place, person, situation. You cannot give an excuse. True justice is revealed to us in the New Testament. When we were unfaithful to God and rejected His friendship, He did not give up on us. He did not condemn us. He did not take revenge. Instead, in His love, what did He do? He compensated for our selfishness by emptying His life on our behalf and putting His life in us. Therefore, true justice does not condemn others. On the contrary, it exercises mercy by forgiving others and by sacrificing self in order to help others to recover from their weaknesses. True justice does not prefer one person's right over another person's right. Rather, it makes sure that both sides are treated with love and dignity. It therefore helps both the offender and the victim and does not fight or condemn the offender, does not ask back what has been borrowed, loves one's enemies and prays for their happiness, gives without expecting anything in return, forgives others unceasingly, and keeps one's good deeds secret. Matthew 6:38-42, Luke 6:27-38. True justice is merciful because mercy, which comes from God, is above all laws. James 2:13. And God demands mercy. Matthew 9:13. True justice, therefore, is never revengeful. So, now what it is asking us to do is not to go and run programs tomorrow, which I hope you do in some form. I'm not preventing you from doing that. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing to do. But then it doesn't matter what you do unless you live the transformed, merciful life. It's a lifestyle of justice. It's not just about ensuring justice and you leaving what you want to do. In my own home, with my own neighbor, with my own maid or driver or watchman or whoever it is, if I am not able to exercise that life of justice, I have no right to expect a justice in the society. Now, I just want to leave you with a small video. Vinay, do we have that video ready?
No power.
No power. Okay, so sometime it's a 6-minute video. It's not very well made and all that stuff, but I just want you to watch that before you go away from here. Some point of time, just play that. It's very important, especially all of you who are young. I need you to realize that the little that you can do can make a huge difference. And hopefully, if all of us lives a life of justice and mercy, there would be no need for organizations to fight for justice and mercy. Hopefully, one day, I mean, I know I come from that romantic, utopian, whatever, all is perfect world, but I think it is possible to a great extent that, you know, there must be people from different faiths here. But I think there's some point of time we need to understand this thing that we inherited from Christ. And today, I know that Christianity is known for all its institutions and all the stuff it's done. But truly the work that is happening, if you were looking at the best nutritional program for children, it is not run by a church.